And welcome back to more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So last time we got through the Triforce Cup with Link, and this time we're starting the Crossing Cup, and I think it's only fitting to use Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Let's go with the City Tripper, Animal Crossing Wheels, and the Paper Glider. Sure. So the Crossing Cup, it's too retro and too new again, so let's get started. We're starting out with Baby Park from Mario Kart Double Dash. On the surface, it's very similar. It's an oval, what really can you do with it? Aesthetically, I love the background of the stage, the amusement park look. And I'm pretty sure the original had that too. One notable difference is it's at an angle now, so it's entirely anti-gravity, meaning you are encouraged to bump into other players and gain speed off of that. The other major difference is actually the item system, as subtle as that might sound. Mario Kart Double Dash had a unique item system where each character, or each set of characters, had unique items to them. So for example, Mario and Luigi could throw fireballs, it wasn't a universal item. Yoshi and Birdo had an egg item that would, if it hits an opponent, it's like a red shell, but when it hits an opponent, it drops items. There was DK and Diddy Kong, who have a giant banana peel. Bowser and Bowser Jr. have a giant Koopa shell that acts like, basically a really oversized green Koopa shell where it just bounces and doesn't home. Who am I forgetting? Baby Mario and Baby Luigi have the Chain Chomp, which is kind of like the Bullet Bill in this game. And it's like, who else am I forgetting? The Koopa and Paratroopa have like triple greens and triple red shells. So when you throw in all these special items, Baby Park is like super chaotic. This is like relatively chill by comparison. Not having all the special items really takes a lot of the scariness out of Baby Park. Before talking about Cheeseland, I also forgot to mention that for Baby Park, the music speeds up every lap instead of during the final lap, so that is another difference from the original. It just helps to add to the tension of it, and also because it's such a short track, it's 7 laps instead of the traditional 3 laps. I think Mario Kart DS had Baby Park with 5 laps, and that was heavily criticized because it's like, wow, it's still really short when you take out 2 laps. So we got a little shortcut from the through the cheese, and this is actually a stage from Mario Kart Super Circuit. I'll be honest, I don't remember this track from Super Circuit. I wasn't the best at video games, and to be fair, Mario Kart Super Circuit kind of doesn't play the best anyway. So I tended to stick to the really easy tracks, and the ones I was really good at when I was a kid, so I never played Cheeseland. So maybe this is accurate, I don't know. I have a feeling it's not because, well, for starters, there's terrain. Mario Kart Super Circuit was a very flat Mario Kart because GBA. Well, that was unfortunate. I think that jump is still there, but it's not like a glide section. Because I could have sworn either in this track or Ribbon Road, it was possible to fall onto an earlier part of the track or something. But again, I might be thinking Ribbon Road, which is also DLC, spoilers. I don't think these chain chomps were there, and I swear there were little mousers, which are the little mice enemies. I swear they would just kind of run back and forth through the track, and just be obstacles, and I guess, frankly, a chain chomp is it's a much bigger obstacle by comparison. So that mushroom was left on the ground probably from a lightning strike, so it worked out that it was right before the shortcut anyway. Yeah, I swear that jump was in there originally, but I really can't tell you how close this adheres to the original. Like the double dash courses, I can give you a pretty accurate assessment of how true they are to the original because I put so much time into double dash. I wish the Dino Jungle stage had come back. I'm just kind of realizing that that one never came back, and it's actually a really cool stage. But yeah, that's Cheeseland. I think it's more interesting, obviously, since I can remember this one. But it's still not that exceptional of a track, personally. Now we're on to the new tracks of the Crossing Cup, and Wildwoods is probably visually one of my favorites. It reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles, the Nopon village in the first Xenoblade Chronicles. Which might be a factor of why I like it, but I also just like starting at a 90-degree angle. I just think that's a really cool way to start a track. We're literally sideways on a tree. Like, you can notice all the toads along the side of the starting line are all, you know, right side up. Basically, they're all, you know, they're just standing on platforms nearby, but we're the ones at a weird angle. It's just a really cool track. I like the treehouse aesthetic with all the Shy Guys, all the little Shy Guys sounds, as usual with this game. Just this little river section is really fun, very fast if you can stay on the water. Lily pad section, you gotta boost. There's a shortcut to the left here, can't take it because no mushroom. And yeah, it's just a really cool track. I like, yeah, the bird flying, like, yeah, that's where gravity should be. We're just kind of defying nature at this point. And yeah, just visually, it's one of the more unique tracks. I can't think of like a jungle with this kind of aesthetic, because most Mario Kart jungles are just DK themed, but this is like very different feeling. Gonna drop that to try to get a different item. The roulette did not work in my favor, unfortunately. Got a coin that just kind of went to waste. Oh, they're kind of starting to get really relentless. It's like the AI finally woke up in this track. I just need to keep trying to get items. As long as I can have a few items on standby, I should be good, but you never know, it's Mario Kart. I remember what I said about having an item on standby. I'm not sure what happened to that red shell. Maybe it just fell because I was gliding. I'm really not sure though. Collecting coins is a little difficult, I will admit, on this stage, because of, frankly, there not being a ton of coins, and also them being, like, in weird spots, like on the, river section. Oh, that was a good run, actually. So yeah, that was Wildwoods. It's probably one of my favorite DLC tracks, but my actual favorite DLC track is the next one. I am very much biased when I say that, by the way, because the last one is Animal Crossing. So we have different villagers all around, you have just the aesthetic of the stage, it's so good. People got their hopes up really too much from this stage, actually, because everyone was like, imagine if we got a Wii U Animal Crossing Full HD that looked this good, and then we just got Amiibo Festival. So, yeah, at least New Horizons looks fantastic. But yeah, it took a while until we actually got an HD Animal Crossing that was like main series. The coins are replaced with bells. I really like that attention to detail. During this last stretch, Mr. Rossetti will pop out and, you know, yell at you, basically, but he's an obstacle. Hitting that rock there, or one of the rocks, drops items, I'm pretty sure. There's so many references and just overall love poured into the stage that it's probably my favorite DLC track just because of how much effort was put into this to make it feel like Animal Crossing. It's kind of like with Smash Bros, how even if I don't really care for certain characters, the fact that they put so much attention to detail into each stage makes some of the less outstanding elements still feel really good. Also, the music is really good, but yeah, this is a pretty basic track on the surface, but the aesthetics carry it. There's also an Easter egg where if you hold down certain buttons when the stage is loading, you actually get different seasons. It will actually randomly rotate out anyway, but you can actually choose which season. I personally actually don't have that memorized, so I could not tell you which season is which. I was legitimately hoping for winter, just because, hey, it's winter, it'd be nice and thematic. It's not based on time of day, it's like... or like time of year, unfortunately, but oh well. I kind of wish that had worked out better. If I had gotten knocked down right before the orange, I could have gotten a boost, since the fruit acts like mushrooms. Either way, I still just really like this track, and I'm glad... yeah, I'm glad we're finally getting an HD Animal Crossing for real, but yeah, it only took 6 years after this game came out. Actually, the DLC was a little bit later, so probably less than 6 years. Either way, that is the end of the Crossing Cup. Personally, I do think Baby Park was kind of a weird choice because it had already come back from Mario Kart DS, but I think that's actually one of the weaker DLC picks. For the most part, the new stages and the old stages are really great, so again, like if you happen to be on Wii U and really like it, but don't own the DLC, I would actually still recommend it. I know my Nintendo gave it out, like for a certain amount of points, like 1 year, so like essentially for free if you have enough points. Yeah, I think it's definitely worthwhile, and if you have Deluxe, it comes with all of the DLC, so either way, these are some really great tracks for the most part, and next time we are going to be tackling the last DLC Cup, the Bell Cup. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.